Okay, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to put multiple plots on one chart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this chart and move it over a little bit here, like this. I'm going to go ahead and create now a voltage number 2 as a function of time. And maybe I'll go back and label this one voltage number 1. Notice that when I relabeled it, the label of my chart changes because I had selected not only the data when I made the chart, but also the labels at the top. I'm going to go ahead now and give myself a control panel for voltage 2, move my units over, give myself an amplitude, a frequency, and a Tmax. There's only one control for Tmax because they're going to share the time axis. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is equal to this amplitude d1 times the sine of 2 times pi, pi left parenthesis right parenthesis, times frequency, and I'm going to go ahead and put dollar signs on that, times the time. And I'm going to click on cell B6. And that should be my formula. I'm going to copy it down by double clicking on its lower right corner. And now I'm going to show you, first of all, I'm going to go to the plot and I'm going to show you that you can select this this series, this data series, or this line on the plot, and it shows where the x and the y's are coming from. And I can in fact grab that. For example, voltage 1 is being plotted here. I can go in and grab that. You see my cursor turns to a little hand here. And I can move it over. I can drag it over. And now I'm plotting voltage 2. It's still labeled as voltage 1 because I didn't move the label. But I can switch back and forth, and I can use one plot to examine multiple columns of data in this way. Okay, it's very useful. Next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another line to this plot. And the easiest way that I find to do this is to select it, right click, I'm going to choose Format Data Series. No, I'm going to choose Select Data. And I'm going to see that I have series V1 of T. I'm going to add another series. It's called Series 2. The name of it I'm going to get by clicking on this little thing here, and that allows me to go to my sheet and give it a name, V2. And then I click here when I'm done. I'm going to go get a range of x values, and I could do the same thing here and choose my x values, and I'm going to choose the t column. I could do the same thing in the y values. After I erase that, I could do the same thing. Here's what I like to do. I like to go back to the V1, and I like to go in and select this text and copy it. And then go to V2, and I can go in here and hit paste. And so right now I've got x coming from column B and y coming from column C. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, I'm going to change those C's to D's. And sometimes this is an extremely useful way to work with adding plots, especially because you may have very long columns with a couple hundred data points, and selecting it manually can get very tedious. One thing to watch out when you're editing inside here is to not use the arrow keys. Okay, always move your cursor to the place where you want to type and then type. And so when I click OK here, now I've got both my voltages plotted. And you can see when I select the blue one, it highlights V1 because V1 is the blue one. And when I click on the red one, it highlights V2, which is the red one. And you can see that they both use a common time axis. and I can double check that V2 really is working by changing its parameters. And so this is a little demo on adding some utility, adding multiple plots to one chart, and also how to use a single chart to explore multiple data by just dragging the column. Thanks.